love it. We're trying something new.
We're doing a new type of video editing. We're not sure if it's gonna work, but also the background here
is banging.
Is kind of slick.
As you can see, we are definitely Twitch streamers. This was definitely from a live Twitch stream that we've now used our editor to cut down and make YouTube friendly. This isn't just a normal video that we're gonna edit like normal. It's definitely from Twitch. We're so cool. We do Fortnite dances now.
Do one Fortnite dance.
I saw this thing on Blue Sky the other week that was a like fanfiction questionnaire, and since Kai and I have two very different ways of reading fanfiction, we thought it'd be fun to answer these questions. Nobody liked our posts. We were doing this organically. Like this video to make it seem like people interact with us online. I think we should trade off where like I read a question, you read a question type of thing. Do you know how to read?
Yeah, I can read. That's kind of the thing.
Kai doesn't know how to read.
The thing with fanfiction is one needs to know how to read.
In theory. I also think people need to know how to write to do fan fiction, but apparently it's a trend to use AI to write your fic. And I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, if you use AI to write fan fiction, I'm going to shit on your doorstep. What was the last fic you read?
On purpose. For sure, it was either a Vashwood or a Sugusato, and I believe cringe are we getting?
As cringe as we need to.
I'm pretty sure it was a Sugusato, and I'm pretty sure it was basically a PWP. One of the key differences between Jeff and I is a lot of the fic
primarily read PWP.
I'm just here to have a good time.
I have my phone on me so I can fact check myself. It's
Italian?
No, I finished the Hitalia fic I was reading. And I started reading the Sugusato fic where it's a nerd gojo and like e-boy-esque Suguru, and they're in college. It's the one I sent you. It's good so far. We spent 2 hours on the way back from Katsucon discussing their ship dynamics while answering questions.
Yeah.
You guys didn't see it because it was just for us. Like this video if you want us to give a like character ship analysis on Gojo and Geto.
Where do you read? Oh, you got the easy. Come on. Where do you read fics?
AO3, pretty much exclusively. Occasionally for other fandoms, you'll go back to fanfiction.net or LiveJournal. Fandom and Kingdom Hearts have like LiveJournal fics because they're old.
Listen, LiveJournal went off back.
Oh yeah, y'all remember fucking Quota? Favorite pairings. Plural. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not?
Am I not allowed to answer?
I thought you did. Where do you read? Since I guess you didn't answer yet. Anyway, what are your favorite pairings?
Ever? I think Vashwood for sure deserves
Vashwood is solid.
The writers for Vashwood, they go hard.
Reading Vashwood's fanfiction is like going outside and seeing the sky. It's gonna happen and it's good.
And you'll always feel better.
You'll find something good in everything you see.
I'm gonna have to give Sasunaru a point because here's the thing, what y'all don't know, or you do because you've been paying attention, I go hard for Sasunaru. Sasunaru, I would defend to my grave.
When Kai was 6 and the Twin Towers were hit, he was not paying attention. He was arguing with elder emos online about Sasunaru.
You think he's kidding?
He couldn't spell.
Gojo Geto. Let's talk about them.
I have so many thoughts about them.
The thing is with them in fanfiction, and I feel you are going to agree, a lot of the fanfiction is bad.
A lot of it is not up our alley.
It's not, it's just not, and it makes me, it's devastating.
First of all, the whole go gay versus gay go being like an actual thing.
Why?
What years?
Calm down. There switches, it's fine.
I'm a bottom Gojo preferer.
I'm a bottom Geto preferer.
And you want to know
and yet we're in love. We're in love.
And we kiss on the mouth about it.
So, because I want to give it to Gojo Geto, but like, they can't. The fic is just not there. Well, Dobby Hawks is on the board.
Dobby Hawks is on the board, be serious.
Shinoyama, for example, there's like no
But
fic.
there is apparently a lot of dojos, so I feel like that.
Oh yeah, I own at least half of them.
So I also have Vashwood and Dobby Hawks in mind.
Vashwood fanfic writers never die.
I am sure my Vashwood bookmarks are whack.
I bet it's at least 60.
I bet that's the most that I have.
Sorry, can you be quiet? I made a really funny joke. I bet there's at least 69.
Right now I have 444 bookmarks just for frame of reference. So first place is Vashwood with 126.
And that's new.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like a couple years old. Like they were hitting Dean Cast.
Oh, that's valid.
100%.
It's not valid, but it's valid.
It's valid for me. And this is cringe, but bear with, any combination of Panic at the Disco members other than Ryan, Ross, Brendan, Yuri, I never cared for Raiden, and specifically was like a rare pair of shippers.
He likes real people, fan Fanfiction.
I was a Dan and Phil fan, that's the pipeline. Or Dollar Store Dan and Phil.
Please don't write fanfics about us.
Or do, I'll critique them. I'll be extra mean to you.
You know what I think could also be on the board for me is Lincoln Chic. But I think my opinions about Chic have ousted me from the general populace.
They don't agree with you on that.
I would fight the whole internet for my boy. And yes, I said boy. And I will maintain that. And no, I don't hate women. I have opinions about Chic Zelda.
Shelda.
No. Anyway, I don't know. Move on.
How often do you leave kudos, likes, comments?
I do try to leave a kudos or a like if I read a thing the whole way through. It's pretty rare that I leave a comment. I do if I really, really like something, but I should probably comment more.
I also, especially if I get to the end, I will bookmark it, but like Kai, I don't comment as much as I should.
Favorite fic writer?
I have a couple. Palm Violet, who wrote like a couple really good study fics. I'm less into study now, so I don't know if she's still writing it, but as I was leaving study, she'd started this like reimagining of Stranger Things if Eddie had been involved from the beginning. She goes by both Boopifer and Boop Boop. She was a Steve Bucky writer who wrote a canon verse that I basically adopted as MCU canon after I decided I hated in-game. And I was like, no, this is how it goes. They take down the government. Fuck you. She's one of my favorite.
Well, Diandra.
Diandra's Dobby analyses opinions literally made it into one of my research papers.
I feel like she deserves at least a
So
shout
she deserves a shout out.
My favorite writer on fanfiction.net is pretty decent. Billionaire
Don't
Wedding. That's my real answer, to be fair. Nice.
Who's your favorite fanfiction author?
Some guy who wrote this fic, it was a Zabi Hawks fic, and it was called Billionaire Wedding.
Do you remember the author's name?
Yes, but before I do that, there's another fic that he started, and it's called Balls to the Wall. Really want him to finish, and he hasn't done it yet. He was like, Frankie isn't, or something.
I have received yet another comment of someone asking in the next update to what my fics will be. Do you prefer reading in past or present tense?
I assume past.
I don't really notice it if I'm so serious.
This may speak to the fact that I don't read as much. I fucking hate present tense. Do you prefer first, second, or third person? Third.
I've read like maybe 2 fics that were in first person. One of them was The Heart Rate of a Mouse, which is the only Ryan Rundin fic I ever read, and I read it right after Trump got elected the first time, so you know.
Yeesh. Yeah, third person for sure.
If for no other reason than that.
Most memorable line from a fic. I'm not gonna have an answer for this.
I have 2. They're not like full lines, they're just like phrases that stick with me. My name, Welsh Baz, is technically Welsh Bastard, and it comes from a Wolfstar fic I read, and I do not remember the name, I do not remember the context. All I know is that I think it was either James or Sirius was calling Remus, oh, you Welsh Bastard, and for some reason, Welsh Bastard just stuck in my brain, and I was like, I'm Welsh Bastard now. The other one, I could find this fic, I'm pretty sure I have it bookmarked. It is technically a Steve Bucky, that's pretty gen fic, post-Winter Soldier, where Bucky has been on Winter Soldier and is introduced to new 21st century things, including bananas, which there was a banana plague that wiped out original bananas, and so the new ones, he tries one, he's just like, what the fuck is this? It's mealy, gross, tastes like oatmeal or something.
I don't know if I have an answer for this. Here's the problem for me. I genuinely started reading fanfiction in like 3rd or 4th grade, and so there was a very specific person that I read a lot of fanfic from, and their whole thing was random XD bullshit because that was the time. And so I feel like there's a sleeper agent within my soul that's something like, the soup is not on fire, or some bullshit, but like, no, nothing specific. Do you prefer canon compliant or AUs?
I think I like a healthy balance of both, but I like to see what people do with AUs because it kind of gives me a vibe check on like characterization.
I think weirdly enough, I pretty aggressively prefer AUs. Like, it only recently occurred to me that people do like fix it fixed. I was like, oh, okay, valid. But I don't I never do that. High school AUs are great until you're not.
Until you're like 22 and then you're like, oh my god, what the fuck are these kids talking about? Like, what is a Sigma?
But like a college AU is solid. I want to see these people working minimum wage jobs, struggling to get their feet under them.
Living in a shitty apartment.
That, you know.
I relate to that. I've loved every apartment we've lived in, but like the whole, you know.
The whole vibe.
Any thick pet peeves?
First person. I hate first person so much, I'll kill you.
Over wompification, or not wompification, woobification of a character who is
Gojo and Vash.
Yeah, I won't name the name, but there is a specific Vash fic I tried to read, and
Vash is not.
He was
Vash is baby
like
girl, but he is not baby girl.
In like a derogatory, misogynistic, late 2000s, early early 2010s when I was like, what years? On the other hand, and this is a specific fic for Steve Bucky that I read years ago, it was a high school haiku, and at the end it was like 10 years later, they're not all together. Nobody got a happy ending. This character's a recovering alcoholic. I'm like, why the fuck did you leave that in? I'm revoking my kudos, actually. You do not get that anymore. That's like the only fic I've seen that had that, but if any other fics have that and you're ever thinking of sending them to me, don't.
You're so real for that, first of all. Second of all, on the subject of over-woobification, I also hate like the over-masculinization. A lot of people prefer Ghetto as the top and Gojo Ghetto. I prefer bottom Ghetto, but regardless of that, do not you dare make him like a macho beefcake.
No.
Be so fucking for real. He can top, that's fine. He is not some macho Toji clone.
No.
If you want a hyper mask top, Toji is right there. Bottom does not mean feminine, and top does not mean masculine. It doesn't even mean dominant or submissive. Frankly, what I like the most is dominant
Dominant bomb.
dominant bottom Ghetto, submissive top Gojo,
Service top Wolfwood.
service top Wolfwood,
Power bottom Dom Vash.
Like there's a whole world out there of like actual queer reality that y'all are missing every time you like heterosize. Stop heterosizing these gay men. That's not who he is.
That.
He's a princess. Anyway, favorite tropes?
Read?
Tropes? Gun.
I
know what you are.
YouTube, leave us alone. I know to write what my favorite tropes are. I'm trying to think what my favorite tropes are to read. I know for writing, I like road trip. I like fake relationship.
Road trip is like your number one.
I actually think for reading as well, I like fake relationship. There has to be pining. There has to be like aching, irritable pining. I like mutual pining, actually. I think that's a trope I like to read, is when both of them are very stupid about it. One of my most used bookmarks and my most used tags in my bookmarks is anal sex, so I guess anal sex.
That's not a trope.
I also like, not like teacher student in the someone's going to jail way, but the like mentor mentee TA student type of thing. I like that as well. I think it's fun because there's that little bit of like, we're breaking an HR violation, but in a fun way.
A tattoo shop AU is never not gonna hit. Let's be serious.
That's how I feel about coffee shop AU.
That too. Like, it's never not gonna hit. Like, is it like a little overdone? Yeah, but like,
sure, it's a cliche, but that's why there's 7 billion Hallmark movies.
It's
like,
fun.
It works.
Answer helpless.
Yeah, answer.
Because next one's gonna be harder. Least favorite trope.
I don't like one. I don't care for fics where like there's like an evil abusive ex who like comes back into the picture and like rapes the main character's love interest like halfway through the story. I'm like,
that's a lot.
It's usually done for like torture porn.
I don't even know if this counts as a trope. You know what type of fic I hate to see?
Yeah.
I hate to see the like, oh my god, Gojo got turned into a baby cat and doesn't know what to do, and Geto has to take care of him. That's weird. It's weird. It's weird. You have to change his little diaper. That's weird.
SFW, NSFW, or any.
NSW, NSFW.
I'm all across the board.
I love to read porn. Next question. Fluff or inks?
Really, I want both. Given the dynamics of a lot of the ships I read for, probably leaning towards fluff, but if it's only mindless fluff, that only gets me so far. Like, for a long fic, I need both.
I used to like fluff a little bit. I don't think I really like fluff anymore. Fluff is kind of not the thing, unless they have like freaky sex about it. Do you bookmark our favorite or receive fics?
Yes.
I also do this.
You don't even have an AO3 account, do you?
Oh, but I like save them in my
like your physical
browser.
bookmarks. I bookmark them within AO3, so if AO3 goes down, I'm fucked. Do you prefer short or long fics?
5,000 words is enough, which I think counts as short.
Yes. I prefer long. Obviously, I'll read a 5,000 word fic, but like I think I average around like 40 to 70k. I read long things. What
you know what else is long? Gojo's big.
I was gonna say Ghetto's big. What is the most underrated fic you've read?
This is so specific to me. I don't know how to answer that.
What's defined as underrated?
What's,
like low kudos? Can I even sort for that in my bookmarks? I don't know how to answer that because like every fic that I read, I don't think is underrated. I just yell about it until other people read it. Do you read chaptered fics as they're released, or do you wait until they're finished?
It all depends on when I find it. There's been at least a few fics where I've gotten email like
notifications
when the new chapter is out.
I'm also such a fast reader that sometimes I'll read to chapter 8, go on to the next one, and then forget about it, and then it's at chapter 20, and I'm like, what happened in the first 8 chapters? That doesn't stop me from doing it. It's a side effect.
Any squicks or hard no's?
That kind of goes to the trope stuff we were talking about earlier. Plant stuff. That's somewhere between a hard no and a squick. I just don't like it.
I think because of the reason I read fic, it's actually hard to squick me out. But yeah, I really don't like de-aging or over-woobification.
Even dead dog do not eat type of shit where it's like, hey, this is pretty whack, and I have told you it's whack. If
you tell me it's whack, as long as
either I decide to read it or I don't, and at that point it's my decision. Favorite fic or fics of all time?
The Ghostface fic. That was pretty solid. I know yours. It's the fucking Captain America one.
Man on the Bridge by Boop Boop. And then also, I reread it recently, so I actually kind of want to do a deep dive on the fic and its sequel, The Invitational Year, which is a Hitalia fic on fanfiction.net. Looking back, it's very of its time, and I say that with affection in my voice, but it 100% was inspirational, so I give it also a shout out.
Should not be mentioned. Friend loyalty.
Yeah.
All these authors deserve credit because that shit was good. But also, maybe we don't talk about my favorite fanfictions on YouTube.com. All of mine are bad. Porn. They're porn with plot.
Porn with plot.
PWP. That's the problem with PWP. It can go either way.
It's whatever. It's bisexual. It's Pete Wentz. Goes both ways.
Pop or Pete with plot. Folks, we lost him.
Anyway, thank you for watching. In the comments, tell us some of the answers to these questions. If you have a favorite fic that you want
to recommend. What's your favorite trope? What's your favorite SFW trope? Do you like when Gojo turns into a little cat? Because I don't, but I would love to hear why you do.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We hope to see you next time, and we will be doing more silly gay things on the internet. Bye!